The sun hung low in the sky, casting warm amber light over the city park. Birds chirped lazily as families strolled by, but for 16-year-old Marcus Turner, the world around him didn't exist. He was deep in his sketchbook, sketching a design for a sneaker idea that had been buzzing in his mind for days. Art was his sanctuary, a place where the chaos of life couldn't touch him. As Marcus shaded in a swoosh on the side of his drawing, he felt a shadow fall over him. He looked up to see two police officers staring down, their faces hard. "Hey, kid," one of them, Officer Daniels, said gruffly. "What are you doing sitting here all alone?" "Just drawing, sir," Marcus replied cautiously, closing his sketchbook. "Drawing, huh?" said the other officer, Officer Blake. "Why don't you let us take a look at what's in your bag?" Marcus frowned. "Why? I didn't do anything." "That's not for you to decide," Daniels snapped. "Open the bag, or we'll open it for you." Marcus hesitated. His parents always told him to stay calm if something like this happened. "Keep your head down, Marcus," his mom had said. "Don't make things worse." With trembling hands, Marcus handed over his bag. Blake dumped the contents onto the bench. A few pencils, some granola bars, and Marcus's phone clattered out. "That's it," Blake said, raising an eyebrow. "Nothing else?" "That's it," Marcus said, his voice shaking. Daniels leaned in, his tone low and threatening. "Why are you out here alone, waiting for someone, planning something?" "No, sir," Marcus stammered. "I just like drawing in the park." Blake scoffed. "Yeah, right. You kids think you can just loiter wherever you want, huh?" "What's in your pocket?" "It's my wallet," Marcus said. "Take it out," Daniels ordered. Marcus obeyed, pulling out a simple black wallet. Blake snatched it and flipped it open. His eyes skimmed over the ID, but before he could say anything, Daniels interrupted. "Blake, look at this," Daniels said, holding up Marcus's sketchbook. He'd flipped it open to a page where Marcus had drawn a cityscape. "What is this supposed to be? Some kind of graffiti plan?" "It's just art," Marcus said, his voice rising with frustration. "Watch your tone," Daniels barked. Tears pricked Marcus's eyes. He felt humiliated, scared, and powerless. A few passers-by stopped to watch, their eyes wide with concern, but no one stepped in. Daniels shoved the sketchbook back into Marcus's hands. "Get out of here before we decide to take you in for loitering." Marcus opened his mouth to argue, but then he heard it. "What is going on here?" A booming voice cut through the tension. All three turned to see a tall black man in a crisp suit storming toward them. His face was a mix of anger and disbelief. "Chief Turner?" Blake stammered, his face going pale. Marcus's heart leaped. It was his dad, Chief Jackson Turner, the head of the precinct and one of the most respected officers in the city, stopped in front of the group. He looked at Marcus, his face softening for a moment. "Are you okay, son?" Marcus nodded, though his hands were still trembling. "Wait," Daniels said, looking between Marcus and the chief. This is your son." "Yes," Turner said sharply, "and you two are going to explain why you're harassing him." Blake stuttered. We thought he looked suspicious." "Suspicious? Sitting on a bench, drawing?" Turner's voice was ice cold. "Do you know who this young man is? He's Marcus Turner, honor roll student, talented artist, my son." Daniels's mouth opened and closed like a fish, but no sound came out. Turner's eyes narrowed. "You assumed, didn't you? You saw a young black boy sitting alone and decided he must be up to no good. Am I right?" "No, sir, it's not like that," Blake began, but Turner cut him off. "It is exactly like that," Turner's voice rose. "And you didn't even bother to ask questions before you treated him like a criminal. Do you know how many young men like Marcus get treated this way every day? Do you understand the fear you just put into my son?" Both officers looked down, their faces red with shame. Marcus finally spoke up, his voice quiet but firm. "You didn't even ask me my name. You just assumed." The weight of Marcus's words hung heavy in the air. Blake and Daniels muttered apologies, but Turner wasn't done. "You're going to do more than apologize," he said. "You're going to learn. I'm assigning you both to sensitivity training, effective immediately, and you'll report to me personally about what you learn." "Yes, Chief," they both said, their voices subdued. Turner turned to Marcus and put a hand on his shoulder. "Let's go home, son." As they walked away, Marcus looked up at his dad. "Thanks, Dad." Turner smiled. "No one messes with my boy." That evening, as Marcus sat at his desk, finishing his sneaker design, he realized something. His dad had always told him to be strong, but now he understood what real strength looked like, standing up for what's right, no matter how hard it is. And as for Daniels and Blake, let's just say they never looked at another sketchbook the same way again. Sometimes the assumptions we make about people can lead us down a path we'll regret. Let's all take a moment to reflect on how we treat others, because you never know who someone truly is until you take the time to see them. Thanks for tuning in to Storytime with Harry. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.